Got a secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you'll save. Better lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said. 'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Hey everyone, this is Terrafy, and I'm back with another commentary. Today we're going to be looking at a video by the user called Craztnesfanboy2. Now, I want to make something perfectly clear before we get into this. I am a PC gamer. I do dabble in console gaming every now and again, but generally speaking, if I'm given the choice, I'm going to take PC over consoles any day of the week. Now, Crazt's video is a commentary on a 4-year-old video, so there's that. Anyways, let's get this show on the road. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of videos for the last wee while. I'll give myself a slap on the hand. There, we can move on with our lives now. Now, I'm going to warn you, for people who tend to nitpick at other people's commentaries, I am going to break one of the 10 commandments of commentators, and that is commentating on a video that's over a year old.
To be specific, this video he's commentating on is 4 years old. Keep that in mind. This will be important.
That bit of the intro which I sped up was completely unnecessary.
Are you going to tell us why it's unnecessary? Was it too long for you? Because it was only 30 seconds. Or are you just saying that all intros are pointless, in which case you're going to have a lot of people to disagree with?
I've been into console gaming ever since I got my Nintendo 64, back when I was 6 or 7.
Your bias is already shown, and we're not even but 5 seconds into the actual video.
Why? Because he's been gaming on consoles longer? If that's the case, then you're clearly biased for PC.
I've tried to get into PC gaming, but it just isn't happening. Other than Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. That game kicks ass.
Yeah, I personally prefer Putt Putt Goes to the Moon, but it's alright. Your opinion, I guess.
But for some reason, I just enjoy console gaming far more. Now, I know this is getting into flame war territory, but I'm not trying to piss anyone off. It's simply my opinion.
Hear that? It's Flames on Fire's opinion. Normally I wouldn't draw attention to this, but it's going to be important.
And really, how does my opinion affect whatever gaming device you prefer?
Alright, sure, it's your opinion. But why did you title the video Top 10 Reasons Console Gaming is Better Than PC Gaming?
Because he's listing off 10 reasons why he prefers console gaming over PC gaming. We know it's opinion-based. We can assume that it's opinion-based. Most lists are opinion-based.
Anyway, I came up with 10 reasons why I like console gaming better than PC gaming. Enjoy.
Number 10.
The keyboard isn't meant to game.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Really? So back when this monstrosity was made back in the 1980s, their major concern was whether or not people would be able to play games on it. And if we want to go back further, here's the origin of the keyboard. It was made back in the 1860s.
Games are made on PCs. How do you think they test them?
With the peripherals that they're designed for. If you're going to make a game for the Wii, you aren't going to use a keyboard and mouse to test it.
And if you go to any electronics store, you'll find keyboards and mice, for that matter, specifically designed for gaming. And even if it wasn't designed for gaming, how does that affect its playability?
I don't know. How does the thing that you're using to play the goddamn game affect the playability?
Computers were not made to play games. We just found ways to make them compatible for gaming. A gaming controller was specifically made for games.
You do know you could plug in an Xbox or a PlayStation controller into a PC and it would work, right?
And how does that discredit his point? It doesn't. Besides, I haven't heard anyone playing Diablo 2 with a controller, have you? Not every game on PC is compatible with a 360 controller.
Number 9.
Viruses.
Well, it's your own.
Nope, shut up, let him talk.
Now, I know with things like Steam, you can just re-download the game to your profile if your hard drive gets wiped.
Wait, what? Hard drive getting wiped? What? What's that got to do with viruses?
Everything. Okay, guys, it's story time. Once upon a time, I had a computer that contracted a piece of malware. Now, this malware was masquerading around as an antivirus software. And unfortunately, whenever I tried to open up anything, it decided to label it as a virus and force it to close down immediately. I could not uninstall the program. I could not run my antivirus software to get rid of the program. And yes, I had antivirus software. So what I pretty much had to do is wipe my hard drive to get rid of it.
But still, it's annoying and something that doesn't happen on consoles.
Looks like someone forgot about the red ring of death.
The red ring of death was a hardware issue, not a piece of malware. Normally I wouldn't care, but you're comparing apples to oranges.
Number 8.
Rock Band.
Wait. What?
Yep, this is a whole reason. As a video game lover and a music lover, I've probably put more hours into this game than any other.
May I recommend Guitar Hero 3?
With all the DLC that comes out, it never gets old.
Yeah, DLC in which you have to pay extra money for.
Which is going to be the case regardless of which platform you choose to play on, so quit your belly aching.
Call me a fanboy, I know playing Rock Band is considered newbie in the hardcore gaming world, but it's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's not on the PC. Probably because people could find a way to torrent all the DLC.
You can't torrent DLC, you flubber nugget.
Really? Because this is what I got when I just typed in DLC into the Pirate Bay. And this is what I got when I decided to be a bit more specific.
People can just download it for free. Has there ever been a single game that has been released both on a console and the PC, where the PC version sold more? Well, probably, but definitely not a lot.
Would you care to give us a few examples of this?
What, like you've been doing?
Number 6.
Playing on a TV is a better experience.
Alright, I'll give you a few points here because this is all completely opinion based, so let's skip this one, shall we?
It's simply my opinion, and really, how does my opinion affect whatever gaming device you prefer? It's simply my opinion. It's simply my opinion.
He said it himself. This entire video is his opinion, but you're giving this one a slide because it's his opinion.
Not to mention the game was a huge upgrade over the first, except for the fact that you can no longer play as Bill.
Well, in the PC version you can.
Not until October of 2010, man. And even then, there was only 2 missions. You didn't get the rest until 2012. And when was this made? Oh yeah, before either of those packs were released.
Number 4.
Macs are better than PCs.
Okay, first of all, no. And second, Macs are fucking PCs, you retard. PC stands for personal computer.
Now, I imagine this is going to piss a lot of people off, but as someone who makes and edits movies like this, and makes music and stuff, Macs are just far more useful to me.
Last time I checked, you could do all that stuff on a PC as well.
But unless you want to dick around with Windows Movie Maker, and trust me, you don't, then you would have to purchase your editing software separately, while the Mac comes with it.
Not to mention they can run PCs inside of them, so basically the only thing they can't do that PCs can is play games.
Then how are Macs better than gaming PCs if they can't play games?
Are you serious? Are you absolutely fucking serious? He handed you that point on a silver platter. No, a gold platter, speckled with gemstones. It can boot Windows, so clearly it can play PC games. And you ignored that completely. Instead, choosing to focus on, well, if it can't play games natively, then it must suck! Are you serious?
But if I already have a computer, why would I get another one to play games?
Here's an idea. How about you don't buy the Mac in the first place?
Why? Or is this going to be another one of those things you expect us to take at face value?
Especially when it's more expensive than a console.
Yeah, but Macs are more expensive than PCs, so... Your logic's jinxing me here. I'm stuck. And you just reminded me there. You are comparing PCs to consoles. So how is Macs being better than PCs make consoles better than PCs?
Okay, then let me explain it for you. His point is that it's easier to drop money on multiple consoles than it is to drop money on multiple computers.
Number 3.
Local multiplayer.
Looks like someone doesn't know what a LAN party is. It's when a whole bunch of PCs hooked up to the same internet connection could play together. And it's actually even better than split screen because at least then you get a whole screen to yourself instead of having a little tiny section of the screen.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. What if the person does not want to have to lug their gaming PC over to a friend's house? What if that person does not want to have to supply their own console, their own keyboard, their own everything just to play locally?
This is huge for me. Games like Left 4 Dead 2, where everyone says they're better on PC, don't have this.
Custom maps and mods. That's all I need to tell you. If it weren't for those two features on PC, Left 4 Dead 2 would be as dead as a nest of maggots.
Sure, okay, because that's not even related to the point that he's trying to make.
Not having to worry about specifications and requirements.
If your PC is from 2008 onwards, then it should be able to run any game decently with a decent frame rate and all. However, if it does have a little bit of issues, then I would recommend turning down the graphics and all. But of course, you don't know this because you're an idiot who done jack to shit about research.
The irony! It burns!
Hey, you want to buy Modern Warfare 2 on a PC? Yeah? Okay, well first you have to answer yes to all these questions. Do you have an Intel Pentium 4 3.2 GHz processor, at least 1 gig of RAM, 256 megabyte NVIDIA G4 6600 GT, whatever the fuck that is.
As a huge computer geek, I find this bit of the video extremely painful to watch.
12 gigs of free hard drive space, and Microsoft DirectX 9? So, do you still want Modern Warfare 2 on the PC? I have no fucking idea.
If you want to know what your computer's specs are, then just go to my...
Shut up, not the point. The point is that a PC gamer has to be worried about the specs of their computer and to determine whether or not they can actually play a particular game, whereas a console gamer just needs to worry about if they have the right console.
Number 1.
Price and constant upgrading.
Well, if you're really into keeping up...
Okay, this is a huge pet peeve of mine. I absolutely hate it when people start ripping apart a point before it's even explained to them.
The fact that you can buy a brand new PC today and have it not be able to play some current games is baffling to me.
Well, that's just untrue.
Shut up, yes it is, I've done it. If you want to buy a computer that can play every single modern game out there and play it well and last, you're going to be spending at least $1,000.
I can buy a 360 that was released in 2005, and it'll be able to play games that will be released for it in 2013.
Yeah, but the graphics and resolution will still look like it's from 2005 though.
And this discredits his point how?
Not to mention it's far less money. You can get a 360 for like $200 these days, and you never have to worry about graphics card upgraders or any of that shit.
If you buy a decent graphics card, you'll need to upgrade it as often as a new generation of consoles comes out, and not to mention, it'd be a lot cheaper too.
You get the game, you put it in, it works. That simple. Flame out. I am never saying that again.
Good. And that's the video over. Jeez, this is quite a long one actually. And yes, this video is relatively old, but the thing is, console gamers still tend to use the arguments used in this video to this day, minus the Rock Band thing, but...
Then why not just turn it into a rant? You are making a commentary on a 4-year-old video when people are apparently using these arguments today. So would it have been so hard to, at the very least, find a newer version of this and commentate on that? No. That's not too much to ask for. My biggest problem here is that Craztnesfanboy here is complaining about how Flames on Fire isn't providing any sort of evidence, and quite frankly, they're not doing it either. Craztnesfanboy here expects us to take his word for every single thing, and as I have shown, there is evidence proving otherwise. This video was just a pain to watch. It's bad. Anyways, this is Zerterifi, and I'm going to take some painkillers because my head hurts from all that screaming.